Hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew here with something more unusual for this channel. For the first time in the existence, I'll be doing some not post-commentary but pre-commentary. I haven't yet decided what game or what you will be watching. However, I figured that by talking without anything interfering and with anything taking over my concentration, my attention span, I can focus on a subject, on a theme, and talk about it. So, today I'd like to talk about something that was announced for us yesterday, I think. Yes, yesterday. For the record, when I mean announced for us, I mean announced by the government of Luxembourg concerning Luxembourg and the citizens of Luxembourg. That was kind of a lie because the government did not announce it directly. Because, in fact, a newspaper said that the government was planning to introduce a new tax, a 0.5% tax on the money you get in order to finance the bonuses, the allocation system, so the money that each family gets per child. It used to be that each child got more money, so your second child got more money than your first child, and so on and so forth. Now, I don't know if they have yet changed the system already, or if it's planned to change, if they are planning to change it, but they want to give every child the same amount of money for every child. So your second kid won't get more than your first kid, they will get both the same. So, in the current economic situation and budget situation, the government has decided to reduce its expenses, and this is kind of a way to finance the whole system by letting everyone pay that amount of money. So now it isn't that much of money. First of all, the scandal is that a newspaper announced that the government was planning to do this, and only after did the government confirm the information that they were indeed working on this, but they don't consider it a tax. They consider it something else. Contribution. They consider it a contribution, not a tax that you have to pay, a contribution. So I have nothing against a contribution to, or tax, to finance the system. However, I'm not supporting the idea of introducing this tax without first doing everything else that is possible to reduce the money that the government is wasting, in brackets, wasting. For example, currently it does not matter how much money you get per month, you still get the same amount of help per child. So it doesn't matter if you get minimum wage or if you have top pay at a bank, you get the same amount. one could ask now, does someone who works at a top paid job and who gets a bunch of money need the same amount of money to support his children than someone who has minimum wage? No, not really. So that is the whole backstory. Now, obviously a lot of people are against it, a lot of unions are against it, a lot of the opposition is against it. So yeah, people are kind of against this because they fear, or at least I fear, that, well, let's retell this story. I think that government is not using or not focusing enough on other measures. They could, as stated before, cut the help that they give to people who own or who get more money, reduce or even abolish it for those who get more money than a certain limit. Introduce a limit so that only those who need the money get the money. Now, this proposal comes from a government that consists of a three-party coalition between it's the so-called Gambia coalition, because the parties have the same colors as the nation of Gambia. It's the blue party, being the Democrat, the liberals. You have the Green Party, and you have the Socialist Workers' Party, so the Social Democrats. They're all in a coalition, and so far they have not been doing a lot to protect or to help the people. Yeah, it's more trying to reduce the expenses, get money back into the treasury. So the outrage that I'm talking about here is not because of this tax, kind of because the tax is something that is unnecessary. If you can do other things rather than raising taxes, do it. Just do it, okay? They're all already going to increase various things, so another increase in taxes is not really the best thing to do, especially in the current situation where people don't want to spend money because the situation is in the shitters. So, however, I want to talk about what I read in the comments of a popular news site, or rather the only TV news site. We only have one TV channel in Luxembourg, and I read through the comments, the internet comments of their website on this particular subject, and I was ashamed of what I had to read, because it seems that the solidarity system on which the whole everything bases on is in the shitters, because people are being more and more egoistic. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of comments of people who don't want to pay the tax Because they don't have kids and they don't feel concerned. Why should they pay the tax if they don't get anything from them? Well, because the system works like that, because we all put in together into a same bucket, okay? We all give the same amount of money into a bucket, and then someone whom we chosen to represent us all will take parts of the money from that bucket and redistribute it to those who need it. Now, I fear that this is not the first time this happened. Same group of people already talk bullshit while there was discussion about the student reform, yes, where the government reduced student spending and the money they help they give to students, where they reduced it. There was also some sort of egoistic manner. Why should I pay for the students? They should pay for themselves. Yes, I agree, you kind of have to pay a little bit for yourself, but in the current system where solidarity between each and everyone is an important thing, if not the base of everything. I mean, our current pension system works on a solidarity between generations. The young pay for the old. That's been a good system so far. I don't see the need to change it. Yes, it's getting less because everyone is getting older and the government is too lazy to change the system, to reform the system, because they don't see any need to do it right now. However, I'm quite certain that in a few years, when the economy is again in the shitters, or rather, if our situation, our financial situation, is again in the shitters, and they suddenly notice, oh shit, we don't have any money left, guess what? We have to reform the system. Now. No need, there's no time to talk, to discuss, to find a consensus. We need to change it now. And I'm sure they will push their proposal through our throats because they don't have time, even though they had enough time before to get together and to find a consensus between all the conflicting parties. Unions, workers, employers. It's the same reason. Best example to give is the comment that our education minister gave after he passed, or after the parliament approved by a close majority, so far a close majority of 32 to 60 votes. Yeah, 32 votes voted for, 28 voted against that student reform. He told that he regretted that he did not have enough time to plan this reform, which is total bullshit, because he has he has around 4 years time to plan the reform. Okay, so these things take time. You can't do it in a month. No, you need to get together with all the conflicting parties and find a consensus. You have your whole term to do that. You don't need to rush anything. The whole system was rushed out. The student reform they did not even do statistics. They had no proof whatsoever to prove. Nothing at all. They couldn't even tell if the student was spending that much money. They had no information whatsoever to prove their arguments. And still you have the minister talk bullshit and saying he did not have enough time to do it. He had enough time. He just felt like we need to do it right now because it's money we need to spend otherwise. Okay? Education, we do not care. Yes, our current economic system may be based off on almost 60%, 70% of the financial sector, and a bunch of companies have left our country because they lack qualified personnel. Well, it's just natural that we cut there where we don't need it. Education, because who the fuck needs education? I'm sure we will find enough qualified workers for these biotech companies that we're trying to get over here to Luxembourg. I'm sure everybody here has a degree for that. And if not, well, who the fuck cares? So the solidarity system is in the shitters because people are getting more and more egoistic, and I fear that we may end up very soon in the US situation. So before I do that, I have to compliment the US for doing something good, because I don't want to punch the US of A in the face, because right now every time we talk about or we compare ourselves to the USA, it's like stealing candy from a kid. However, we stole the candy the first time. Now that kid does not have any candy and we're punching it repeatedly in the face. So instead of doing that, because that's child violence and I do not support that, I do something else. So I give the kid US of A candy and take it back. So congratulations USA for having the most stars on a flag. You're awesome. Take your candy, and now let's talk serious shit. Fox News. Yes, the discussion about Social Security. Why should men pay more than women? Why should men pay the exact amount of money into the Social Security as women do? Women need more stuff, women have more expenses, medical expenses. Why is the amount the same? I fear that the exact same discussion could happen here. People could begin to criticize the fact that they pay an equal amount of money into the Social Security and get less back. If we're already talking about why should I pay for that if I don't feel concerned about that, it's just a question of time until that discussion flames up, because holy mother of God, the comments that I've read, it's reaching YouTube level. Really, it's reaching YouTube level. What I'm missing so far is comments like fake, gay, and Ron Paul 2016. These are the comments I'm missing there. Yeah, but all the rest is there. You have a bunch of weirdos who have nothing better to do with their life than post bullshit. Really, post bullshit. Why should I pay? Well, because that's how the system works. Because that's the fairest way. Everyone puts together in order to help each everyone. Okay? Why should that be? Because it's necessary to be solidaric. Because not everyone has the same needs. Because I'm getting totally confused right now. Yes, sometimes there is no solidarity. Well, even there's solidarity if you talk about tax. Who pays more taxes? I'm in favor of the rich paying more taxes. Is that solidarity? Well, yes, because those who have more money should give more in order to help those who have less, in order for those who have less to consume more and to invest more money into the system and keeping the system running. Because if those who do not have money have even less money available for them, they won't spend that money. And it's a fact, it's proven that poor people or people who are not considered rich, who are middle class, worker class, well, there is no worker class anymore, everyone is middle class, who are middle class or poor class have consumed more than someone who is rich. That is proven, that's a fact. So if those who already consume a lot have less money, they will consume less. So less money goes into the system, to the economic system, and thus the economic system has to reduce its production, reduce pay, fire workers, which reflects again on the workers. They are usually the middle class, and all these classes get less money and have to reduce even more. So that's endless going. So you kind of want to put money back into the system. How do you do that? Well, kind of would be the government to help. Yes, I know a lot of people are against the government help, but I studied Keynes a bit. 1 year of Keynes, and the system that he proposed is reasonable, it's logical. Okay, the system of Mr. Ronald Reagan, who says that we have to reduce the taxes that the rich have to pay because the jobs and all that shit will trickle down to the masses, is bullshit. So the question is, why are people being so egoistic? Why is that? Is that because society has turned into a place where only you count, where you have each and every one of you as an enemy, someone who can steal my workplace, my future home? In the past, jobs were kind of secure. You had a job, you could easily find a job. Right now, it's a bit in the shitters, like I said, multiple times already. So, excuse me, there is a bit of the egoistic feeling coming out, and people being more and more focused on themselves. However, that's bad for the current system, because the current system is based on solidarity. So an egoistic man or woman or whatever is probably the greatest enemy of a system, of our current system, because the current system based on solidarity between generations and between each and everyone. We all help each other to get a sustainable amount of wealth together. So the rich help the poor get their level of wealth up, so that the poor can again help the rich get more money and get even richer, and all these things like that. So that were my thoughts on this whole thing. I have no idea what the fact was, what the whole subject, what the whole theme was. If it was solidarity, if it was government spending too much, I don't know. However, I want to ask you, that one person or two person who are watching this video and have stayed on this video until now, I have no idea how long I've been talking, to post their opinion in the comments. Do you think that our society is giving up on the system of solidarity and being more and more egoistic, thinking only about themselves and all that kind of stuff? And obviously you can still ask me questions, which I can or may address in future videos, I don't know. However, I thank you for watching until now. I hope you have a nice day. Currently it's sun outside, it's fucking hot, and I cannot go outside or else I will be dying. However, I will spend my time right now to record, or at least think about what the fuck I will do right now, because I need something to entertain yourself. So I may be doing a gameplay, record some gameplay of any kind of game, and combine the two so that you don't have to watch a black screen, because I currently do not have the time or have no idea how I should do this video, because I think doing some gameplay is the easiest thing. So never mind all that. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, because for everyone who has stayed until here, great. Thank you for your support. If you like this whole thing, like the video. As always, you can post your, as stated before, you can post your opinion down in the comments section. Hopefully someone will, I don't know. However, thank you for watching. I hope you spent your time well and you did not waste whatever minutes I have been talking, and see you next time. Goodbye.